going on? It's your dog Art Man the Great, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Look, that was a good fight. Good fight. Good knockout. Definitely. And a lot of people, they look at that Art Man and say, oh my God, Art Man, how can you ride with Frank Martin? It was a good fight. Definitely was. Gervonta Davis, he proved me wrong. He went out there and he knocked out Frank Martin in impressive fashion. And salute to him. I can't do nothing but respect it. Let me share this link out. Let everybody know I'm on here live real quick. Yeah, it was a good fight. I can't complain. Um, but we gonna cook on what went wrong in the fight. We definitely got to cook on what went wrong in the fucking fight, man. Jesus. Frankie did good, but good just wasn't enough. It wasn't. He got put to sleep. So let's talk about it. Hold on, let me share this link. I had a good night though. The card was kind of uh, uh, you know, but it was a specific shot that fucked everything up for him. I'm telling you. It was that overhand left right over the fucking top. Ooh. It was that overhand left over the top. I said, oh shit. And then they played the replay, and then he came back over here with a chopping right, like an overhand. I said, oh shit. It's curtains. Curtains. But it's a good fight though. And I don't like the fans. They try to make it seem like, oh man, how could you ever say this guy had a chance? You know, it's boxing. Everybody has a chance in the bright lights. But when Tank hit him, it changed the entire fight. I said, oh shit. But Frank was doing good. He was coming on strong. But one thing that scares me the most is when guys, they start moving excessively. Frank had a good. I always feel like that's a good game plan when you go in there and you box, and then when your opponent tries to come at you, you clinch them, and you hold them tight, and then you get your second win, and then come back and do your thing. But it was just too much for him. Gervonta Davis, he kept on stalking him down. And Frank was throwing some hard shots, but Gervonta Davis got a motherfucking chin. He took them shots. He hit Gervonta with a good motherfucking left and right. I said, oh shit, we in a fight. And the niggas I was watching the fight with, man, they try to pretend to make it seem like, oh yeah, Tank gonna stop in the first round. Man, the niggas was quiet as hell because Frank was up. I say Frank was up like 4 rounds. He was up like 4 rounds in my eyes. But then that pressure started getting on him. That pressure started getting too much on him. He said, oh no, it got too hot in that kitchen. It got too hot in that kitchen, man. And he couldn't hang. He couldn't survive. Couldn't survive. Let's talk about the fight. So I'm watching the fight, right? I got my joint, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching it. Everybody nerves is high. Frankie starts off strong. He's jabbing up top to the body. He's letting loose of that motherfucking right hook on the gut, on the side. He's fucking turning Gervonta Davis. He's using his footwork. But then with Gervonta Davis, he just turned it on. He turned the switch on. And Frank, he just didn't know how to react. He tried to do the high guard. He tried, because Frank, let's be real. Derrick James, from what I've seen, Derek James, he doesn't really teach these guys like how to slip punches and, like dip low, bend out. It's more of like a catch and shoot type of thing. But when Tank was throwing, Frank was catching, but he couldn't throw nothing back because once that shit went past the guard, it was lights out. It was curtains. But Tank is that dude, though. I give him his credit. I'm not no hater. I'm not a hater. Yeah, I talk about shit or whatever. And I root for who I root for. But if a nigga proves me wrong, I'm gonna give him credit. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, he fought a bum. Or nothing like that. I ain't gonna say nothing like that. Solid fight, solid contender. Another one in the books. Now it's on to the next. That's just how it is for boxing. So I like how Frank fought. He did nice to me. He just gave experience after this. Yeah, don't go to sleep on the fucking ropes. Oh, when I see him get tired on the ropes and start sitting there, I said, this nigga, it's over. It's over. It's over. Said salute Artman. I called it, but Frank did very well with this boxing. He did. I don't want to blame it on his motherfucking his weight cut, but you can see in the mid rounds it was over. He had nothing on him, and I honestly feel like that's towards Gervonta Davis hitting him with that power shot, that overhand left over the top. Frank couldn't do nothing for it. Said he got in the corners when he got too tired. Yeah, he started lunging on the motherfucking ropes. I'm like, man. Said Frank had that fight won, but he had the one mental lapse, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes. It was like this. It was to a point where Frank was catching him with some shots, right? Frank had all the confidence in the world. Then, all of a sudden, the confidence just dropped. And when they start playing them replays, you see why the confidence dropped. Because that man got hit over the top. That pressure was too much. Like you said, the pressure was too much. He tried to get him off of him, but he could. There was one moment, though, where Gervonta was following him to the corner, and Frank let off a motherfucking lock. He let it off, but I would say, it barely touched him, but it was enough to give him a point. But I was like, man, you got to put the pressure on him. You can't. It's like he was trying to counterpunch the counterpuncher. He tried to counterpunch the counterpuncher. Says Derek James are overrated as a trainer. Nah, it's just like Derek James, he's putting his fighters up against guys who got world-class talent, and it's hard. I wouldn't say he's a overrated trainer. He's just doing his job. He's doing his job. You can't teach experience. Frank was never a top-level fighter. I don't know how anyone thought he had a chance. Damn, so that shit's crazy. So would you say Gervonta not fighting the top-level guy? I view him as a top-level guy. He just ain't fucking with Gervonta. I didn't expect Frank to be on the back foot that much. Nigga, when you're fighting a puncher like that, he fell victim. He fell victim to it, but this is boxing. You live and you learn. Now he has that experience in his motherfucking book now. Said Frank beats Shakur. I don't know, man. That would be a boring fight. Had to drink some water. Nigga Frank went to sleep, man. And Gervonta pounded him on the ropes. And Frank tried to pivot out. But you can't pivot out with your hands down, nigga. Man. That experience. Sound to see Tank versus Loma next. Yeah, me too. I definitely want to see that. Said Frank was cooking Tank. Tank just got power. As Tank know how to throw them punches, man. Like, it's one thing when you throw punches, right? And then there's one way when you're throwing punches like Gervonta. It's like he throws that extra umph in the punch. Like, goddamn, like that extra twerk in it, like. And guys just can't take it. Like, man, there was one sequence where I think it was like the fourth round. Frank defense was on point in like the fourth round. Man, Tank must have threw something crazy if Frank kind of like dipped under it and motherfucking sidestepped out of it. But man, when he went back to the corner, you could see the look in his eye. Because Gervonta, I know you can feel that motherfucking wind. A nigga throwing punches that fast, you can feel that fucking wind coming. So, it's too much for him. Said Frank did his thing. People try to say he was trash. Nah, he wasn't trash. He did his thing. Said Frank need to stay off the ropes. He would have won on points. Yeah. Said Frank fought a perfect fight. Best version of Frank, and still Tank showed up. Honestly, Frank was doing his game plan to the T, moving and pivoting. His defense was on tight. It was into that overhand top land. I'm telling you, go back and rewatch the fight. Frank was doing good until Frank he tried to do the little, but Gervonta kind of like went over the top with it and popped his ass. The fight was out of Frank at that moment because he felt that shit like, whoo. I know that shit probably felt hot. Said Frank lost by stamina and laying on the ropes. I don't feel like it was too much of the stand. I feel like it was him getting hurt. His eyes got the bucket. His eyes got, bro. When you look at a boxer, right? This is how you can tell I feel like this is how you can tell when they're hurt. I'm not expert or anything like this, but I feel like this is how you can tell when they're hurt. When you see their eyes get real big, like, and they breathing hard, like, that means, nigga, you just do some shit at them, and they know it's coming. So it's either dig deep or fucking drown. And Frankie drowned. He definitely drowned. Like, all the muscles and all that couldn't help him. Because he couldn't put no muscles on that chin. Because once fucking Gervonta Davis hit him with that left on the ropes, his brain could even communicate with his muscles and his legs. Hey, real shit. His muscles, his brain couldn't connect with the muscles in his legs. Nigga, Frank was looking like he wanted to get up, like you could see his upper body getting up like this, but his legs is just like, sit this one out, buddy. It was a good knockout. I'm definitely, after this client work, I'm definitely gonna paint it. Good fight. Good fight. Said Art, you petty. This is boxing. This is definitely boxing. I respect Frank. He did his thing. I'm not turning my back on him. He'd had a hell of a performance. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a Stephen Fulton motherfucking performance. He didn't have a Erickson Lubin versus Charlo performance. He went out there and did his thing. But boxing, like Leonard Ellerby saying, you can't skip steps. You can't skip steps. You can't skip steps. You can't just jump in this game and think that you're gonna beat the top dog unless you got some super freakish Roy Jones Jr. type of boots athleticism. Said laying on the ropes, allow take free shots, take through a right and slatted that leg flat. Hands down, that left was free. It was a good night. Frank fought better than all the other opponents Tank fought to meet Frank and Barrios. But niggas gonna say, well, Cruz survived. Cruz survived. I don't know who landed more punches on Gervonta, Cruz or Frank. Who landed more punches, Cruz or Frank? Frank did a good job. It's kind of like Floyd Mayweather. You say you think Frank? I don't know. I mean, you can say, can you say Frank did better because he won more rounds? So Tank keeps that constant pressure on him. Frank mentally and physically, yeah, he was putting the pressure on him. Garcia's flipping off Caleb Plant and shit. What the fuck is going on? Oh shit. Ryan Garcia gonna get his ass fucking jumped out here. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Brian Garcia got into a little altercation with Caleb Plant. Oh, Plant threw a drink at that nigga. Hey, why Plant got more heart than a lot of these niggas, man? What the fuck? Hey, Plant ain't going for none of that shit. Hey, Plant ain't going for none of that shit. Yeah, he wasn't going. That was a good little altercation, man. Niggas just trying to G check Ryan Garcia and shit. I posted that on Twitter. I said he's gonna try to G check him because he's talking crazy about this nigga wife and some more shit. There's certain shit that you don't talk about, and a nigga's wife is one of them. Satha's performance does Tank fight better coming forward. At this point, he's looking pretty good, man. Look like he whooping on Styles. Said I had to leave your video to watch it. Plant smacked her. Nah, I think he threw a drink on him or some shit. Yeah, I think he threw a drink on his ass. Like one of those bitch. Fuck you. Cause he was talking crazy about his wife. He was talking crazy about his wife. So yeah. And you know Ryan Garcia, he talking all this tough shit, but he got a gang of security. Plant was in that bitch dolo. Yeah. I gotta watch that shit too again with Ryan Garcia and Kevin Plant. That shit's funny as hell. Brian just going through the motions, man. And you know what's sad, bro? I was talking to some niggas today because we had the little fight party or whatever. It's sad. Niggas is really on some ignorant shit, on some who cares if he's on steroids type shit. That's sad that niggas got that mentality. I asked the nigga today, I said, because he was talking about the Devin Haney situation with Ryan Garcia. And I asked the nigga, I said, so what you think about, him on performance enhancing drugs? He's like, oh, well, I think he still could have beat him. And I said, then why did he do it? And he was like, couldn't answer that. And then I asked him, I said, okay, well, how would you feel if somebody was on performance enhancing drugs and fought you? I said, you'd be trying to kill that nigga, right? Exactly. Said that's the key. Can somebody fight Frank Tank for 12 rounds? I think she. I don't know because it looks like when Gervonta want to turn the pressure up, he can. He definitely turned the pressure up on him. Got to give credit where it's due. Tank definitely showed levels. Sit take it, smoke it. Now they talking about him fight Lomachenko at 135. That'll be a good fight. That was a good fight, man. I just watched the fucking highlight. God damn, he iced my nigga Frank. Oh Lord.
Talk to us about what Father's Day means to you. It means a lot to me. It means the world to me. Don't get myself.
So let me hop on live with you. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna let you cook. Then I'm about to get out of here. I'm actually pretty tired. I've been fucking smoking fucking joint for this whole goddamn fight. Uh, Simone was a good fight, but the past is prime. It don't matter though because it's still a fight that people want to see, so they gonna tune in with it. Like this fight with Vashtik and motherfucking David Benavidez, that nigga was past his prime too. Shit, damn. Oh yeah. Before I get up out of here, man, I didn't even see the Matias fight. Matias really lost. Damn, and Gary Russell lost too. That's crazy. Yeah, I actually gotta get up out of here. But anyways, man, that was a good fight. We're gonna chop it up tomorrow. I gotta catch the replay or whatever. Great fight. Shout out to Tank, he proved me wrong. Shout out to Frank Martin for putting up a good fight until he couldn't. Anyways, happy Juneteenth and happy Father's Day. ArtmanApparel.com.